all over the world again, they looked for somebody to play Maruge.
Yeah.
They couldn't. But a South African who was casting now the whole movie wrote to me and said, Lenny, we are doing this movie. We are looking for this guy. I don't know, whatever. I told her, give me 2 weeks, pay me $2,000. I wish I had asked for more.
Ask for more, Lenny.
But you see, already I had known who would play it.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. My name is Cheptowek Boyo, and guys, today we have a legend himself. His name is Lenny Juma. He's an actor, a dance choreographer, and a casting director. Karibu sana, legend.
Asante mami.
Nimekutafuta.
Mimi lazima nitafute. So unaona hata vile nimejificha.
Umejificha. Natafuta Lenny yuko US. Natafuta Lenny was just in the country.
Yeah. I was in the US.
But you ilikuwa email. Mimi nakutafuta physically.
Okay.
Yes.
So unakuja tu US na vile unaonekana una do.
Amen. Hiyo pesa itakam. Ni US.
Yeah.
Welcome so much kabisa.
Asante.
Sasa wacha tuanze from when you were born. Were you born in Nairobi ama ulitoka Ocha kama sisi ukakuja Nairobi?
Mimi nimezaliwa Nairobi, to be exact Muthurwa. My father used to work with railway. B10. Unajua hizo malandi, they look like a train hizo. So hapo ndio nilizaliwa, nikaanza school in Nairobi, but kabla sijaanza school sikuwa najua Kikwetu, ambayo ni Kimanyala, one of the Luya dialects. So I was taken home kujifunza lugha. Nikakaa huko 4 years without coming to Nairobi.
Parents walikutupa tu hivi Ocha.
No, lakini they did good because now I'm sort of cultured. Najua vile watu wa nyumbani wanaishi, tuliishi nao, najua traditions za huko. So ndio nikarudi Nairobi, nikaanza. No, sasa hiyo ilikuwa primary mpaka CEE. So unajua kulikuwa na mtihani, common entrance examination. Nikafanya hiyo, nikaja Nairobi. Kaingia St. Patrick's School in Ofafa Maringo. Nikasoma hapo mpaka ilikuwa 8. Sasa I was supposed to go to Starehe Boys. Unfortunately, my father akakufa.
Pole.
So I ended up in a private school called Kenyan College, ambayo nani alienda. Anaitwa nani mtu wa Roots wa Jakoya. It was part of City High School. So
Wajakoya alikuwa schoolmate ama classmate?
Siwezi kumbuka. I think Wajakoya might be younger than me or something. Because mimi nimefika ghorofa ya 7 na upuzi. in age.
What do you mean ghorofa ya 7 na upuzi?
So unahesabu miaka 10. So upuzi pia iko hapo juu. Yeah, so hapo nilienda mpaka form 3. I was too clever, nikawacha. My brother alikuwa anatuma pesa, nafikiri nilikuwa nakula. Yeah, so maneno ya shule ikaishi hapo. Sasa tulikuwa na one of my brothers was a musician. Na band ilikuwa inaitwa Air Fiesta Matata. Starlight Club, where the nini ya corruption iko.
EACC.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sasa kulikuwa na madances za mchana. Kulikuwa na mambo ya kuimba. 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 Kulikuwa na mambo ya kuim watu tunaenda sasa, mi teenager naenda huko. Tuna dance every weekend, kulikuwa na hizo dances.
So hizi dances ilikuwa kama ya traditional, kama ya Bomas of Kenya ama hip hop
na music. Walikuwa wanacheza Lingala music, band yao ilikuwa na Wakongo na Wakenya. So hizo zilikuwa zinaitwa boogie, tulikuwa tunaziita boogie. So you go there. Actually it should be brought back, but you know, wasichana ama young people, you know, they want to go to clubs at night. Then how do they come back? Na hii ukora na nini? Siku hizo ingawa ukora ikuwa nyingi. So tunaenda tuna dance from 2 p.m. to 8. Then you take a bus home.
Very decent.
So that is where now my story begins. Lakini sasa huko ndio nikakutana na South Africans who used to do South African traditional dances. One of them called George Minoy. May his soul rest in peace. Aliaga baada ya kurudi South Africa walipopata uhuru. So George akanipeleka National Theatre. There was a National Theatre drama school.
Oh wow.
So trainiwa huko, I think it was 1970. Then after 1 year wakafunga hiyo drama school. So actually we were being trained how to act, stage management, stage movement. Ingawa acting, you know, sometimes you don't have to be trained. So tukawa na George, alafu tukaform group inaitwa Inter-African Theatre Group. Inter-African Theatre Group used to do what these boys are doing now at the National Theatre. Hizo maset books.
Traveling theatre.
Yeah, sasa sisi ndio tulianzisha hiyo. We used to go to Tanzania even, exchange programs.
Wow.
You go to schools kama Asumbi, Kisii, wherever, around schools in Nairobi. Lakini yetu haikuwa more of school textbooks. Tulikuwa nafanya, sijui kama siku hizo ilikuwa na plays inaitwa The Exodus, My Son and Daughters. I can't remember the other one. So tukaendelea na hiyo. Baada ya National Theatre kufungwa, tukapata in 1971 a group came from Japan. Wakaja kuperform in Tanzania for Sabasaba celebration. Unajua Tanzania kulikuwa na Sabasaba celebration.
Oh, before Kenyans took over.
Yes, huko kulikuwa na Sabasaba celebration. So Nairobi being a center of East Africa, so, you know, they land in Nairobi, then go to Dar es Salaam. So they passed through Nairobi, wakauliza where National Theatre is. Wakaja, wakauliza wa group. Sasa wakasema wanataka somebody to host them. Walisema hawana pesa. So sisi tulikuwa na hiyo South African team, kulikuwa na wengine walikuwa walimu, kama kulikuwa na mwalimu wa State House Girls ambaye alikuwa na nyumba kubwa, so aka host some of those Japanese. Others were hosted by other South Africans. So we performed together. Wao wanafanya Japanese kabuki type of stories. You know, Japanese, they have this theater called kabuki.
Yeah, they're very rich in there.
Yeah, hiyo. Na sisi tunafanya African plays. So that was 71. Tukakaa 70. Wao wakarudi 72. Wakatu invite Japan. Lakini hatukwenda 72, we went 1973. But before then, at the National Theatre, I had done a movie called Flame Trees of Thika. It was a TV series. Alafu 71 tukafanya Flame Trees of Thika was yes, alafu 81 kukawa tukafanya Search for the Nile, also a TV series, you know, the exploration of
the
river Nile, which we later did as a movie. So we had taken part in some of the movies which were shooting there. But Flame Trees of Thika, I had a big part. I had a part called Mondomugo. In Kikuyu, Mondomugo ni kama mchawi ama medicine person.
Medicine man.
A medicine man, yeah. Alafu hiyo 81. Of course, we did several small productions. Zile zikuwa nakuja. Alafu 81, Flame Trees of Thika, which is now the Nile, yeah. Search for the Nile, in which I played the part of Safeni. Safeni was the leading Dr. Livingstone. The explorer. So
the African explorer leading the international.
No, so unajua sasa Dr. Livingstone wao ndio supposedly discovered. Sasa alikuwa na leader wa group zile zinaimba. Mizigo imebebwa. Safari ya pamba ni machero. Hizo atumnazunguka African inland heading to the source of the Nile. So I was Safeni. Apparently Safeni alidisappear, alishikwa na wazimu. Kwa sababu unajua siku hizo matese fly, I don't know what not.
Yeah. Hakukuwa na a lot of vaccines.
So that is how I disappeared from a Search for the Nile. So tukaendelea hivyo. Tukaja tukafanya a local film. Ilikuwa inaitwa The Bush Trackers.
Yeah, like I think I've seen a trailer.
You can see the trailer. The story, I think, was written by a guy called Meja Mwangi. He was a writer. I have the book, the picture, The Bush Trackers, Mimi na Oliver Litondo. I played the bad guy. Yeah. So, unfortunately for Bush Trackers, it was quite a good movie. Lakini sasa Africans atuweki vitu kwa archive.
Yeah.
Hata sasa hii ukisearch utaona tu the book, The Bush Trackers. You don't see the picture of the movie. Yeah. So we lost it that way. So back to 73, the Japanese group has invited us. We went to Japan around June because they wanted us to perform during summer. So we performed in Japan. We went to do plays.
Stage plays, yeah.
Yes. So actually, the best play for that kind of market was The Exodus, because it was based on an African story where somebody comes to look for his spear and the wife has given the spear to the brother. So tulikuwa na vangozi na nini.
Very traditional. And I think that market appreciates original African stories.
So that time particularly, and Japan had not been open to the world, outside world. It's only South Africa, the Philippines, who used to take their artists. These were the first one from Africa and South Africa. So we performed for 3 months, which means they had to write a synopsis of the Exodus story for the Japanese. Kila mtu anapewa karatasi so that asome vile story inaendelea tukiact ya. So ikawa hawaelewi. So we decided to switch into dance drama. Sasa dance drama, ule South Africans, of course, he was a dancer, unajua.
Yeah.
Na hizo,
energetic people.
Na hizo nyimbo zao wao dance. Unajua in South Africa, hata wengine unaona wana dance hizo manyimbo zao. They are educated. It's not like Kenya, ambayo ilikuwa traditional dances za watu wale wa kusoma ama huko mtaani. So kila mtu akakuja na tribal dance. Tulikuwa group ya Wakikuyu, Wakamba, Waluo, Waluya. So kama mimi nikaja na Mwanaamberi. Alafu sasa tuna write synopsis. This is what happens in Luyaland. Ukizaa mtoto wa kwanza, mnaimba Mwanaamberi wayaye, Mwanaamberi. Alafu tuna dance. So tukaanza kufanya hivyo. Wajapanese wakapenda.
So from not understanding your plays to now dances that they loved.
Now dances they loved, even if they didn't, with music.
Yeah.
So accidentally, I didn't know I could dance. I turned out to be a good dancer with traditional dances. I turned out to be a good drummer. Even now traditional drums, I can really play. So those are things which happened tukiwa in Japan. Alafu every 6 months in Japan, you had to go out for 2 weeks to renew your visa. And that means we went to Hong Kong. And since we were around 20 people, some would go to Korea, opt to go to Seoul or Hong Kong. So we were divided in 2 groups, 10 go. What happened is, before that time, they would divide us. One group goes for 2 weeks to renew their visa. The other remains performing. Then when this one comes, the other goes to renew. So we stayed another 6 months up to 1974. No, after 6 months of 73, we came back. Then they invited us back in 1974 because now they had found a market.
Yeah. Now
instead of theater, we would go around Japan performing dances. Sometimes in summer. Na unajua summer huko tuna perform kwa concrete inachoma.
The sun is here.
Wacha sun ile huko summer. Unajua hapa hii joto, the ground is not very hot, lakini huko alafu sasa unajua huko wamejenga ni concrete.
Yeah.
So we used to perform for 1.5 years in Japan. In fact, even the Kenya embassy, before they opened, they called me and a guy we were with, who was my assistant, called Tom Mwangi, to go and give them a story how Japan is, how the people are. And that's more, because as we didn't know that the government has an eye on us.
Mumeka sana, a whole year is a long time.
Not that. Unajua tulipigiwa simu tuende kwa foreign ministry. Sasa tunashangaa ni wakati wa Moi. Tunaitiwa nini?
Mwenda na wasiwasi huko.
Tukienda huko tunapata watu wanajua story zetu. Unajua nyinyi ndio perform huko. Ikoje hivi, huko Japan wakoje. So tukawaeleza how the people are. This is before they opened the embassy. Then they opened the embassy. We used to perform for for the festivals in Japan. Kenya Embassy inapeleka huko bia to introduce Kenya as a market na nini. So tukaendelea hivyo. Then hiyo 75 the government of Japan waka introduce a law that you can only perform in Japan for 6 months and then you have to go away for 6 months.
Oh no. They spoiled your gig.
Yeah.
Because half a year in, half a year out of the country.
So half a year, the company cannot keep you in Hong Kong.
No.
Or Seoul. So we came back. So we came back here in 1975. Tukarudia maneno yetu ya theater. 1976 we didn't go. Then there was Festac. Have you heard anything of that kind? Festac was I saw some boys. I think they copied from my story. I don't know if I told you on that story. You know these boys of Jabali, Africa. They had something at Festac in Kisumu. So Festac was all African and Black festival of art and culture. The first one was in Abidjan. The other one was in Nigeria in 77. So that is where we went to do the trials of Dedan Kimathi, the National Theatre. Bombers went to do traditional dances. People like Luambo Makiadi, name it. Yeah. All African and Black. Wakina Mike Sparrow, the people who started reggae, Mike Jackson, and then there was the poets, writers. It was an Olympic of cultural exchange in Lagos. Yeah. But it was so big that no any other African country could afford to host it. That was the last one.
The first and the last.
Second and last. The first one was in Abidjan. So, hiyo Festac ilipoisha, of course, with sponsorship. Let's say an Olympic of art and culture.
Yeah.
People would sponsor because it was huge. We had 5,000 artists from all over the world.
Wow. That's a lot.
They used to perform in a hall. Like plays were taken to the hall. Ilijengo wakati huo. Such things are killed by the multinational.
Yes.
Who don't want African and Blacks to progress culturally, poetically, whatever Kali you can think of.
Yeah. Of
course, Nigeria at that time did it by themselves because of petrodollar. They had money. So we plays in the theater. Fela Kuti.
Oh, wow. Big name.
We go to Fela Kuti's night or the village or something.
Yeah.
So people used to go there. Then there were villages. There was Congo village. There was Kenya village, Tanzania village, all African countries which took part. So when you go there to their village, people are dancing there outside the village.
Like welcoming you to their country.
Yes. They can do plays, they can do whatever. So it was an Olympic which ran like 24 hours. The opening ceremony was actually at the stadium.
That just like big.
Just like the Olympic goes, USA wamekuja na bendera yao na the blacks from there, Kenya, going around. That's how powerful that thing was. Wow. But of course, many countries from the West attack anything like that to happen. So Festac died. There was a group, if you can Google, the Guinea Quartet. They used to do dance drama like you have never seen anything. In fact, it disappeared after Festac also. And of course, the coups in Guinea and other things. So it was very rich. It was killed then. Nobody now talks about it. In fact, I wanted maybe East African to start something like that. Wacha hii mnaleta huyu gospel music, kijana wa Rwanda, sijui anaimba gospel na nini. It's okay. But can you imagine if we have
a celebration of East Africans?
Tradition.
Yes.
Food, dances. Like Kenya, you would build houses the way Kikuyu used to build their houses. Rwandese wanakuja na hizo Rwanda drums na dances. Congolese wanakuja maybe na not really Luambo Makiadi or Rufalek Pupa, but they come with the, they are now
with the traditional, their tradition, not
kuna wale wanapiga tu gitaa huko Congo lakini hatuwajui. So something like that, if I had money, I would so Uganda, Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, Burundi, Somali, Sudan, wanakuja na cultural festival. Lakini now the problem with Africa is, you see now East African is dying because of Congo. Because East African was now even Congo, but now you can imagine which side do you side with? Sudan, Congo or Rwanda? So now we are not...
I hope they resolve their issues.
And you can imagine we were talking about something like, already they had, I think, East African currency. They were talking about something like that. So now people are not talking about it. We are talking about the fight in Congo and Rwanda. And why are they fighting? Who is benefiting? So it's the Western world and Chinese. Because they want to sell the minerals of Congo. And there will never be peace in Congo unless Africans stop electing idiots. Because idiots don't learn. It's better to have a fool. Because a fool, utaweza muelimisha na change his mind. Lakini an idiot.
Hapo ndio mwisho.
Because African leaders are just looking at their pockets. They are not looking at their children. Because kama mimi, I told you why I built a small house. I thought of my daughters, na wakiwa wataenda vizuri, mahali wataishi na watoto wao.
Yes.
So I'm a fool. At least I was learning that in future, my kids, I want, but an idiot, hataki kujenga nyumba, anataka tu kuiba pesa, anaweka kwa bank, anakaa.
Very sad. Very sad.
President Nyerere said, mpumbavu. Afadhali mjinga kushinda mpumbavu. Mjinga unaweza mfunza. Lakini mpumbavu. So that is the situation in Africa anyway. So now this thing of Congo, has brought so many things backwards.
Because we were already merged as East African, and now we were actually getting into Central Africa.
Yes, but first of all, East Africa.
Yes.
Sindio sasa, when we become East Africans, then people who have ideas like mine, you could have sold to a president who has an idea of promoting African culture and whatever.
Yeah.
Then, because with 7 countries, that's not a lot of money. They can contribute and have a big festival.
Yes. Yeah.
Now the stadiums they want to build for CAF or whatever.
Chan.
Or Chan, whatever. They're enough to hold the East African festival, cultural exchange. Anyway, we had some...
You have digressed, but it's good.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, we had something called Wutna. Were you of age to know what Wutna was like?
I remember watching it on KBC. And I remember that song. Wutna. I remember.
So Wutna was a union of television and radio of Africa. So they used to bring really traditional music. Because when you hear Luambo Makiadi's song, he had copied it from originally Congolese Uko village.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I modified too. So we used to have that cultural exchange. So Wutna, we would get, because as it is now, I don't know if the now kid know there is a country in Africa called Gabon.
They have an idea.
No, what was crazy?
I think
they don't know. Maybe they know.
Upper primary, they know.
Maybe maybe they know like Cameroon because of soccer, Nigeria, Ghana. Lakini when you talk of Gabon, Benin, such small countries, they don't know. But Wutna used to bring everything on radio. It used to be shared among the government broadcasting houses. That's why you might have watched it in KBC.
Yes.
So, even Wutna was killed because of corruption in all countries.
All countries that were contributing.
Yes. The main TV and radio stations, the directors ate the money. Because it was being sponsored, they shared. So they used to contribute money to run Wutna. Wutna also died. Fortunately for me, before it died, see, I had this group I used to take to Japan to dance. Because from 1977, then we started going on again.
Oh, back to Japan or somewhere else?
Japan.
Ah.
We went to Japan another 6 months, came back 6 months, went back 6 months.
Ah, now you're doing it half a year.
Yes, half a year. When I'm here, I take part in films or whatever. So, then was it around 79 or so. Then I think 79, HIV.
Because now you're getting to 80s.
Yeah,
it was really high.
Yeah. So HIV started, and now the international newspapers would write like 90% of Kenyans have HIV.
No way.
Yes.
The way people were talking bad about Chinese and COVID virus.
Yes.
Now HIV was...
But
Kenya.
HIV was all over.
Yeah.
But they said, because of hosting, I think, multinational press also is not good for us. Because they would put the numbers that they don't put in their countries. Ambazo ndio original of HIV.
Yeah.
So in 1981, Japanese now refused to renew our contract.
No.
Because you are going, they said 99% if they have AIDS, you are going to contaminate our people.
No way, Akipole.
Yeah, so we stopped going to Japan.
They did not even test you guys to say.
No, Japanese are very strict. Even when we were going there as young people, they would tell you not to touch their girls.
So you guys did not even date any of.
Of course, as a leader, I wouldn't, but the young people, they would hide and take the girls outside our station so nobody would know. Lakini kama mimi nakufa tu miezi 6.
Miezi 6. Pole lady, you suffered
because
Japan.
They can actually return you.
Yeah.
Wakakuona na msichana mjapanese. Because they say you will contaminate their culture and whatever. Unajua women are not racist, but it's the men.
Yeah. They don't like that feeling of you're taking our women.
Yes. Even in Africa here, men don't like that you marry from this tribe.
Yeah.
They want you to marry from your tribe and whatever. So, that's how my Japanese story and dance ended. So I continued doing movies.
Yes.
So we did which movie was this? What was it called? Now search for the Nile, the movie. I think in 81.
Produced locally by international people.
That was an epic story. Oh, Mountains of the Moon. That was the name. Now that one I had a big part as the Jamada. Jamada was again the lead guy for this group of explorers, Dr. Livingstone. It was because we went around Kenya from Malindi, like the place where they landed. Then we passed African interior. So we went up to Turkana. So they made a story. We shot the whole thing in Kenya, but it's like we went through Africa where they were interior looking for the Nile. Yeah, so we did that one. I've done other several movies, but where I've excelled more in movies is casting, other than acting.
Yes. And I know you casted Oliver Litondo on First Grader and Lupita Nyong'o on Shuga.
Yeah, so
among other amazing casting I've done so many that Lorenzo's Oil I did casting, but it was just for extras. It won an Oscar. Lupita Nyong'o is the most beautiful story because they were looking for a beautiful actress. Yes.
I gave them the picture of Lupita to come and shoot Shuga. The producers then thought she's not.
That she's not beautiful?
I think color.
But it's an African story. It's not a white story.
Yeah, but you see the white is the one who sees that.
Yeah.
Lakini an African, kuanzia kala yako hii ndio anaona ndio good to represent us.
No.
So
Africa is very diverse in color. So wanafaa kuoneshana yote.
Right now is when they are accepting.
Yes.
But several years back, and even Lupita herself has talked about it.
Yeah.
She used to hate herself because of her color. So I told them this is the most beautiful girl in Kenya and maybe Africa. But I didn't, maybe she's not the most beautiful actress in Africa, but she was in Kenya, and for that particular part.
Yes.
You see, when you are casting here, you look for the character that fits. Again, reading the script, which girl in Kenya would have done some of those scenes Lupita did?
Ngumu sana.
Wewe ungefanya?
Mimi yo. Wacha tu ni interview watu. Hapo sijafika bado.
So, but it's not you.
Yeah, I know it's not me, but
because the money sometimes can drive somebody to do things.
But for me is because of my parents and then myself. So hiyo wacha inipita.
Sasa parents ndio wanataka wawe wako open minded kabisa.
Yeah.
They would know that certain scenes you are just acting.
Yeah.
And whatever. Because even kissing we fake in the movie.
Yeah.
But you need parents who would know that. Yeah? Some parents even themselves they don't kiss. That's
what they do is just pretending like those things
but
don't happen.
If they do, you wouldn't know. Sasa wewe tunaenda kwa sinema wewe unanyonya mtu mdogo. Yeah. So I knew Lupita's parents, I think they were more liberal. They were
liberal.
So we did. But first of all, the producers local had actually refused that she's not until they were looking now for a girl to play the part in clubs. Then they found Lupita in the club.
The one you want to replace is there.
So they brought her for auditions. Even Lupita doesn't know that.
Didn't know that she was already submitted for the role.
Submitted her for the role. So even when she was going in for casting, she was, of course, stage fright. She was asking me, now, Lenny, how do, because that's a major international, how do you do this? She went to school with my daughter in St. Mary's. So actually they were friends. So I would advise her what to do. Now she went, got the part from there. Now she's in US.
Doing big things.
And then she got that big breakthrough.
Yeah.
But do you know why she got it?
I don't know. You tell me. Because you know.
Because if it was an American director, producer, she would not have gotten it. They would have given it to an American actress. And of course, there are many.
Limitless.
But here is British. I think the director was British so picked Lupita for the part. So her star was
aligned.
Was aligned to be successful and whatever.
Yeah.
So that is number one. You know, they were looking for all over Africa for somebody to play that part of Shuga.
Oh, Aira. Yes.
So I'm the one who came up with this Aira. Oliver Litondo.
First grade. Ulijuaje Litondo is the one for this role?
When I read a script, I always pinpoint. I think I know, because, you know, some people, when they read the script, because Maruge supposedly was a Mau Mau, they were looking for a guy with dreads, nanini, looking rough and whatever. So all over the world again, they looked for somebody to play Maruge.
Yeah.
They couldn't. But a South African who was casting now the whole movie, wrote to me and said, Lenny, we are doing this movie. We are looking for this guy. I don't know, whatever. I told her, give me 2 weeks, pay me $2,000. I wish I had asked for more.
Ask for more, Lenny.
But you see, already I had known who would play it.
Yeah.
So Oliver is the one I had seen as Maruge. Because Maruge, frail, old, and whatever. Oliver was nowhere to be seen. You know, I looked for Oliver until I found people who know where he is. Because he had left Nairobi, gone home, so he was living at home.
So like retirement. Yeah, alikuwa ameretire.
Story for another day. So I even paid for his bus fare to come to Nairobi.
Oh, Oliver.
So he came. He might have had money, but now I'm the one. And
you have to facilitate.
And he was not taking people's phones.
Yeah, but he took
Except when, he knew when it's Lenny, why, So he took my phone. I told her this, they want you here to come and cast for this movie. He came. And the director said they are not looking anymore.
Damn you.
And you know, that movie would have won an Oscar, but because it was independent. So Hollywood don't give you, they have certain rules ambazo za ujinga, but that's
but it is a magnificent.
So, but Oliver won all the awards you could think of in the industry. So, that one aside, then there was a movie. Some of these movies I can't put.
Constant Gardener, did you cast?
I did, but not all the parts. I did the parts where the Trukanas, the Pokots, you know the ones who, do you have Pokots? No. I did mostly the Wazungus na kadhalika. Constant Gardener is not an epic thing for me. There was a movie by
Tomb Raider you starred. Did you also cast Tomb Raider 2?
Yeah, I cast. I did the background who were Pokots. You know them when they came to Nairobi, the original Pokots.
From West and East Pokot.
Wow. Even Kenyans were wondering, where are these
from where?
And now that's where I'm talking about having this cultural thing.
Yeah.
People don't know certain people we have in the country. But if we have a cultural thing, you would bring Pokot, Trukanas with their dances, so you could, in original form.
Yeah.
So that one I did, but there's a movie called Nowhere in Africa, which won also an Oscar for best foreign picture. They looked for a guy to play a story of a war. Actually, it was basically based on the Kenyan story. So they looked all over the world. They could not find.
And who did you cast for that?
I found a guy who was a fantastic actor also. May God rest his soul in peace. Dede Onyulo. Some of these movies, actually, you can watch them.
Yes, now they're on streaming platforms.
Nowhere in Africa, yes.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful story. How this guy came to Kenya, a Jew, before the persecution of the Jews in Germany.
The Holocaust.
So, akakaribiwa na Mount Reuben, who are Jews in Kenya, wamefanya masamba. They took him to Koru, I don't know wherever. So he had this guy called Owor who used to help him. Akashikwa na malaria, akampa dawa nini. So the story is beautiful. Yeah, that one. And
out of Africa, were you involved?
No, I was
that
not
was
involved.
Before you.
But those were days of Japan and whatever.
So you were not.
But my assistant Tom Mwangi took part in it. Yeah, so there's another one also. I think it's called In the Dying Light, which also won an Oscar.
Yeah. So in short, ukitaka kuwin Oscar, kuja kwa Lenny akukasti.
Ukitaka Mwafrika. So
now win Oscar.
This one, they called A Big Man. It's also a true story about, is it Sudan, yeah, I think. They had somebody called Big Man with one eye. Macho moja ilikuwa imeharibika. So they looked all over the world again. People sent pictures, whatnot. I found the man in Kenya. Unfortunately, fortunately, I found an actor called Evans Mudhini, who happens to have injured his eye playing with other kids huko mtaani. So Evans Mudhini had a fake eye.
But and he was
big and actor. And Evans Mudhini, like most people at the theater, used to disturb me. Lenny, wewe bwana wewe utatu watu. Na mimi uniti for the part of a movie or whatever. Amwambia tu, don't worry. Then this one came.
And it was true, and just him.
I knew there was nobody else. He's a good actor. Yeah. So Evans played that part.
Wow.
The director was so happy. Because now here I found actually a natural man.
A natural man. You don't have to fake that.
The I am whatever. So that's another one. I did Africa Mon Amour, which was also another epic story for Germans, which won also awards, but it's not like an Oscar thing. Also, they looked all over the world. These people, I don't know where they look, these casting directors.
I think they look for the obvious places.
No, they are doing like the casting which is done in Kenya. We have a story, we look for good actor. Because when you look for a good actor,
they might not necessarily fit the role, what the role demands.
They will act the part, but emotionally they might not give you what you are looking for, that character. So when you see local soaps, they are very good. We have good actors, but are they bringing the emotions? Because certain parts you need somebody, you just look like this.
Yeah.
And you say, because look at it this way. A bad man in a movie. Then you have this frame showing many people walking. And then they pan to the boots or shoes. And then unasikia watu wanasema lazima awe ndio huyo without even seeing the face.
Without even showing the face, yeah.
So that's how it is with casting. You have to be very careful. Fortunately for me, I'm gifted. So
good job casting.
Now, choreography. My dancing sequence in Japan, and then I was not doing dances here, traditional dances.
Yeah.
I was only training. When the Japanese want people, I come and train young people who have finished school. I take them to the Ministry of Labor. You know, Moi was like that, like you could not just take Kenyans. I had to have a contract, take to the Ministry of Labor with the names of the people I'm taking. And maybe even write what they are going to earn.
Yeah.
Then I take them to Japan. Then 6 months ikisha tunarudi. I think I took more than 200 young people to dance and whatever. Some of them actually came, learned Japanese, opened tour companies.
Wow. So
that's how serious it was, that thing of Japan, but it also helped so many people get passports. Najua kupata passport ilikuwa ngumu.
Hizo time ilikuwa ngumu sana.
Lakini if your mom comes to me, sema Juma, mtoto wangu namweka kwa group. Passport inatoka.
Hii ile passport ya red ama passport ya blue?
Hii ilikuwa, unajua kuna grey. Ni grey ama what color is it? Niko nayo moja nitakuonyesha.
Okay. The evolution of passports.
Actually ni brown, something brown I think. Ya blue ni ya juzi.
Yeah.
So hiyo 1990 the South African TV station wanted to honor Mandela through Utna. See, Utna used to have awards every year.
Yeah.
Like inaitwa nini American. They honor musicians.
Oh, Grammys.
Not Grammys.
Which one?
GBT or what is it called?
BET.
Is it
Black Entertainment Television?
Yes. So Utna used to have that. They play wanacheza the video of all the musicians in African Nanini, and then they select the best musician, traditional dancer, I don't know, poets and everything. So they honor them and give them trophies. So this South African team wanted to do it in Kenya. So they brought the equipment and everything. Now they were looking for somebody who can choreograph the show. They wanted a mixture of tradition and contemporary. Contemporary, it was very easy because safari cats.
Yeah.
Yes, safari cats were there. Now, having worked with Simpson, I don't know if you remember this Mzungu.
Charlie Simpson.
Yes.
Film studios.
Film studio. He knew Lenny used to take dancers to Japan. So he asked me, Lenny, these people are looking for somebody who can bring choreographed dancers. And then he gave me music.
Yeah.
Of PJ Powers. PJ Powers music says, welcome to Africa. There's no place like Africa. You can go all over the world and whatever, but there's no place like Africa. And the same song again says, bye-bye from Africa. It's a 4-minute song. So put in traditional dances, beginning and end. 4 minutes. And you know you cannot just do manambiri, dance manambiri.
Then kidogo and then.
No, you had to do many. You bring so many dances. So safari cats were put on the other stage, on the other side of the stage. and my group on the other side. I had actually the Jabali boys in my group dancing. So we were supposed to dance to the song, opening and closing.
Yes.
So we went on stage. Then my boys, we were actually dancing together. But now Safari Cats could not even dance. They started looking at what my boys were doing. So the director decided, no, let everybody do Lenny's music, as dance. So we did that, opening and closing of the Utna show Mandela 1990.
Wow. It's in Kenya or South Africa?
It was in Kenya.
Oh, wow.
Hapa nini, Kasarani.
Okay.
But many Kenyans don't know and they have not seen it.
Yeah, even online or searching, I've not.
I think I have it, I'll show you. But it's because KBC, there was an injunction by Kenya musicians because they had not been invited to participate in the Utna on the last day. So KBC could not air it in Kenya, but it was aired all over Africa. So that's what happened to Utna. So, and I don't think dancers have been paid any good money than that, because
Ever since.
for rehearsals they gave each dancer 600 a day.
Shillings.
Nani angekupatia 600 shillings those 1990 hatuna rehearse.
In pesa nyingi sana for rehearsals.
Yes.
Then.
Yeah, and then performing on now the when we are rehearsing we used to rehearse in film studio. Now rehearsals za kule Kasarani 1,200 every day until the show.
Wow.
I don't know we did it how many days. Maybe they paid me $5,000.
Lenny, wewe hujaichukua project chini. You know where the money is.
No, si ati ni kuchukua. Nafikiri ni bahati.
I think uko na bahati mzuri sana.
Kwa sababu nobody knew that I can train dancers.
Yeah.
Or I can choreograph, I can play drums. But Charlie, when they came to him, he couldn't think of anybody else who does traditional but me. And then, of course, Safari Cats were there.
Yeah.
So I think I'm lucky.
Bahati mzuri sana.
Maybe they would have gone to Bombers. I don't know if they would have did it the way I did.
Casting yako ya Tomb Raider 2. You are casted alongside Angelina Jolie. Na since ulikuwa unafanya casting, did you cast yourself? Ama how did you end up on the movie?
No, I think there was somebody else who was casting for this thing. You know, Tomb Raider, as I told you, I did the Pocots.
Yes, the traditional.
The traditional.
Yes.
I think, was it Maggie? You know Maggie, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think I got it through Maggie or she's the one who cast me in that part. I didn't cast myself. But I earned more in casting than in starring. Acting. Because in starring, they paid me, I think, $3,000 only. For
how many days shoot?
I think we shot about 2 days.
That's good amount of
it's
money.
It's not good money.
For 2 days.
But my nini, what advertises that movie is my scene with Angelina, the whole world.
How was it working with Angelina Jolie?
No,
in that scene?
She's a nice lady, but you see, they are very protected, those Hollywood stars.
Yeah.
It's not easy to talk to them. Even when, after that movie, she wanted to donate some boreholes in Pokot. They could not let me talk to her directly. They talked to Blue Sky. And then the money was directed to Blue Sky.
Did Blue Sky dig the boreholes?
I think they did. Now you see, it was not up for me to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... But you see, that's how good she is.
Yes.
She looked at those people. She asked what... Actually, they asked me, what do they need? She could have built a school.
Yeah.
Which is okay. But those people, the ladies walk 20 miles to fetch for water. Then, I don't know now.
No, I was in East Pokot last year, and it's still the same situation.
East Pokot now is where? Did you go to Loruk?
East Pokot is through Baringo, and you enter, what's the name of the place? I've forgotten.
Because did you go to Lake Baringo Lodge?
Yes.
If you go there, even if you go with me now here, they know me.
But when I went, it was flooded.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The yearly flooding that it does. But it was still, apart from Baringo town and the nearest towns, hapo iko accessible. But ukienda kidogo, shida inaanzia hapo.
So I told them their problem is water. So I don't know if she contributed enough money to do how many boreholes, but she did. She's a very kind lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Most memorable moment with her on set?
As I told you, these people are protected.
So hakuna hata kuongea hivi kuchat?
No. You see, like, even when I was walking to go and sit, siniko na mugwisho, the fly whisk.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. So unajua fly whisk, when you are given to the elder, is for kuondoa mainzi na kadhalika. They told me, stop that. So I just walked with my fly whisk mpaka you sit down. Then she's there, and the other guy as a translator. Very protected.
Yeah.
Now, see, at Mimi, I was a small name, but now when you are an African, it's just like our presidents. They kneel before those Western presidents.
Waliwekwa kwa basi. Kwa inauguration.
Na sasa utakataa ama...
No, utavumilia.
You want to see London.
Kenyan acting scene is growing now. We see a lot of TV series, a lot of movies coming out. What will make us break internationally? You being someone who has been featured in a lot of international productions.
I think breaking depends on how many international movies are shot here. Like right now, AP has a movie being shot here. I hear there's another one in February. I hear there's another one in March.
Wow.
Those are the things which can make us, well, as an actor, depending on how... But you see now, every movie has a character.
Yes.
We might not have the leading actor in this movie going to the next one and whatever. So what we need is open market for movies to come and shoot here.
Yeah.
I think now it's better than before, because before locations, they used to charge a lot of money. Yeah, so just make it easy for international movies to come and shoot here.
Yeah.
Then from there, of course, Netflix, with good stories here, they could also have built our actors into the world.
Yeah.
Because now it depends on what part the person is playing. And then when the international casting directors are looking for somebody, maybe they will contact a casting director here or a casting agent who can send pictures. Then that's the only way they can break through.
Yeah.
Because if you are here, it's not easy. I've already done 2 short films in the US, but it's because somehow I'm known. There was a Kenyan girl called Paris. She was shooting a movie called Glimpse, a true story about this young white boy who went and shot people in the church some years back.
Yeah.
And among them was this old man who was mentally deranged, and the wife was shot. So the wife used to leave everything in order. So the man just goes, medicine, whatever. But now he waited for the wife didn't come. So I played the part of that old man, that's Glimpse. Then I took part in, it's a series which is going to be shot in Kenya called The German King. They had started shooting it, but I think they ran out of money or something. The boy who is a director, come producer, is from Sierra Leone. He used to live in Kenya with the parents. The father used to work for UN. The mother was a teacher in St. Mary's. I cast him in a movie called The Elephant Boy. So when I went to America, he knew I was there. He called me also. Just a small part.
Nice. Talking about movie and TV roles, you were last seen on Corner, the TV series.
Yes.
Will we see you in any Kenyan production soon?
If it comes, if somebody thinks they need Lenny Juma, I'll be there. I'll audition. If I'm taken, America, I do nothing.
Production, producers, Lenny Juma is available. Make sure you cast him.
Lakini lazima unilipe vizuri kidogo. Sasa nishazoea dola. Because the goodness with America, I work about 4 days a week, 3 hours or 4 hours a day.
As
a salesperson.
Hey, unauza kweli. Kweli.
Unajua in America, it's very easy to sell. People come knowing what they want, but they might not know the aisle.
So you are there ready to explain to them.
Yeah, you learn the map of the store. You know this, like I work in a store where they sell all types of home goods. Not furnitures, but they sell things like air condition or whatever is called Home Depot. So if people want, I direct them, and courtesy, you have to walk them to the aisle. You must be a person who talks and smiles with customers. In America, people smiling is so hard.
Maisha ngumu.
Yeah, maisha si ngumu. Watu wana suffer. Because that is a slave country. Most things, they don't look slavery, but they are. Because you stand 8 hours if you are a salesman. You have 2 hours, break 15 minutes. Whether you are young or old, unaona hiyo 8 hours standing.
Grueling.
Now the money you get is not enough to pay rent. So you have to do 2 jobs.
Yeah.
So from 8 hours, maybe when they relax, ufanya another 4 hours.
And
to pay rent of 600 if you are single. Because rents start from that 600, 1,200, depending on where you are. That's a lot of money.
Lenny, me, Kenya is for you with your beautiful home, and then when the job, piga your production, come rest. Iyo ya 8 hours sikuoni hapo.
Alafu sasa, the goodness with Kenya, Friday, Naweza enda mahali nikakatika katika nirudi saa 5. America there is no social life. America is good for young children school going up to high school. Because food is free, transport free. There is no uniform, so tavalisha mtoto wako the way you want up to high school. Then high school akiwa mwerevu sponsors.
Wow.
So but for other people it's too much hard work, except for nurses. Nurses, they work, they earn good money, but also it's a struggle because you stand for 10 hours or 8 hours.
That's not a life.
They are supposed to get more money.
Yeah.
But the problem with America is that they have subcontracted. The government have subcontracted all these things to individuals. So anakata.
So unafinyiliwa to this middleman.
Yeah, instead of like earning $40, unapewa 30 per hour. But it's better than here because then here there are no jobs.
Yeah.
Hata mimi, if you asked me now, I wouldn't have gone back. I would stay here, lakini hapa ndafanya nini? Hata insurance, they can not insure me because I'm a dead man walking.
No, you're not dead.
But here they treat all the people as if, because here for me insurance is about 300 and whatever per year.
Because I know that because I wanted to insure my father. First I was told he's past insurable age because he's in his 70s.
Dead person walking.
Hey lady, niliambiwa ko past insurable age, and then next, if I am to still insure, the quotation was ridiculous.
Yes.
Because sasa wanasema ati ako ready to be sick at any time.
Who said? Like me, I never get sick. In fact, when I came here and when I realized kumba I need cataracts removed now, whatever. But I stay even 1 year.
Yeah.
And you see now in the US, I don't have to be insured. If I collapse, they take me to hospital, emergency. They will not ask my daughter, how are you going to pay this? They'll say, does he have insurance? Oh, he doesn't have. They treat me, and then after they say, okay, go to that assistant's office. They'll give him money or they'll pay for him.
Wow.
I had a heart surgery. My heart was running like this, then $19,000. I didn't pay a single cent.
Wow.
As long as it's an emergency, whether you are a child or whatever, no questions asked.
Wow. How is your heart now?
No, it's okay, but it's aging. Unaona, ubaya miaka ni hiyo.
Ndio ubaya uze.
As the Kenyan insurance refuse, even in America insurance is high, but
it functions.
But then they have what you call Medicaid or Medicare, which, depending on how many years you have worked in America, it's free. You see here some people, maybe your father, he might have been a D or something over 30 years and whatever, but now there is no insurance. There's no Medicaid for him.
Yeah.
So
it's hard.
Akipata stroke, umpeleka kan. No, the problem is not, they'll tell you 250,000 to admit him. And nobody takes responsibility when this old man dies on the chair there. In US, you would thank God they made a mistake of not admitting him. because you become a billionaire out of that.
You sue
them.
Talking about health, you also fought prostate cancer. And the last interview with Did, you said uko on remission.
Yeah.
Are you okay now?
Yeah, I'm okay. And as I have told you, AIDS affected me, but it didn't infect me. But cancer infected me. And it seems I'm beating it, but maybe I have to check again. Because cancer actually, like what I had prostate, you can actually feel it when it's still there.
What are some of the symptoms that you realized things were wrong? Because most men don't like going for checkups.
Mine also was accidental. I started getting things like kama gout, unafura miguu. Yes, very severe. Then one time I went to hospital. Fortunately for me, as I told you, I'm a lucky man. My daughter is a doctor.
Nice.
She was working there. Then the doctor manager said, today your father, you better test him for PSA. They call it PSA. So I was tested. Akapata iko high. I think it was stage 3. And my brother had just died of prostate cancer. Na mimi sasa sikuwa na check.
God loves you. You are very favored.
Na si ati ni pesa ama nini. Ile tu Afrika wanaume pandi kwenda. So ikapatikana. That was 2016. So I started, did I start the process here? No. My daughter had started thinking of inviting us to America. So she invited us now to go to US. So I started my treatment there. And 2016 to now, I think, if I'm not beating it, lakini si nimekula.
Uko sawa?
Nimekula. Nimekula. Ikija sasa, tafanya nini? Ukishafikisha over 70, jamani. In Nigeria, they don't even cry when you're over 70. This celebration thing, watoto, we should not celebrate when kids die. We should really cry, mourn.
Yes, when kids.
But old people celebrate.
Now, Lenny, you were married to your beautiful wife, Ann Waithera, a former beauty queen. Now, being married for decades, what is the secret to long-lasting marriage?
I don't know if I should say being faithful, but the woman has to be strong. Because men, when we go out there, sometimes you might be seen by a lady, particularly in my work. I had some women who were so close to me. People like Regina Ray, people would have thought they were my girlfriend or something. So she has to be strong, because people are the one who break houses. They'll come and tell your wife, na huyu bwanako siku hizi tumemuona na huyu. And most likely you might see a man with a younger person than the Lenny. So it's the woman who has to be strong. It's the women who keep the house. As men, we are nomads. So the woman has to be strong. Most houses break because the woman want to break. And I can tell you, there is no man who comes to his house alale huko na anataka kubreak nyumba yake. Whatever he does, even if he has a girlfriend out, he never wants to lose the wife. But the wife can make them lose. And now what happens? After you have left me, I find another girl tomorrow. But for a woman, because of the stress you've gone through or whatever, you start hating men.
Ai, Lenny, wanawake wa siku hizi ni wembe.
Lakini sasa hata akiwa wembe, because of your biological
clock,
pia saa zingine unaogopa. Hata just even getting a small thing like inaitwa VD ama what, venereal disease,
venereal STI
kidogo hiyo. You know, for me, I'll discover after 3 days. For you, it will take months.
Yeah.
So in a way, Mungu aliwaumba lazima muvumilie. So we can get out together. Uende na mimi niende zangu. Na mimi ninaweza endelea na kesho yake niko na gashungwa.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, wanaume urudi na you will accept him back. So if you want to go.
Usisite.
Go. If you want to go. Also, and in search, find somebody. Because it's about happiness.
Yeah.
And without love life, you can have a lot of money na kuambia lakini uko na stress. Una pesa lakini unatembea kama mwenda wazimu.
Yeah.
So
women keep the house.
Women keep the house. That is hiyo ndio answer to. Because Muslims saw it. And then they educated their girls in a way that they know I'm living with a nomad. You can go somebody else. I'll give you a story which I heard. I don't know if it's true. There are 2 couples who work together in this country. And one of them seems to have had a girlfriend. And the girlfriend...
This one of them, was it the man or the woman?
The man. The man had a girlfriend because of the kind of work they do. And it's the same girl who went and said, I had this with so-and-so. But they still work together because they are Muslims. Christians, if I made that mess and I'm working with you like we're recording,
it is over.
It is over.
Over. Yes.
After maybe you will come wherever we are mpaka unipige na sufuria watu waone. So I'm not saying the Muslim way is a good way, but it has helped keep marriage together. Unless, because there are Muslims also who have one wife. But the woman knows he goes out and maybe has girlfriend. But that will not break their house.
Wow. Lenny, you're speaking about polygamy. Na wewe mwenyewe ni monogamist.
Si sasa mimi I'm strong.
Lakini kama ulisurvive Japan 6 months, you're strong.
Or rather my wife is strong.
One of you.
Yeah. And we are both Christians. But I'm saying because I have seen what happens.
Yeah.
Particularly when men get money.
Actually, you'll know the true character of the man when they have money. Before money, you need rumors.
Now, for me, you see, which beautiful girls can you talk about? I was
you have a beauty queen.
And then they wanted jobs. from me. If I wanted to mess, I would have messed.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's also being lucky, I think, as a man. Kutokuwa na ile emotions ya kuchangamka. Na unajua wakati huo sasa niko young. I was doing this casting na nini.
Yeah.
So, ni bahati.
Now you are a father of 6 beautiful girls. But in the African context, they always say boys are better to have than women. What will you tell men out here, considering we raise 6 beautiful, strong girls, wengine ni doctors, very accomplished women?
Kitu ya kwanza nafikiri it's also luck. And we were a family of 14. More boys than girls. And the few girls we had, from own observation, they would help you more than the boy. Then another thing is, boys are good, but as soon as they get married, the people who break homes are wives. I'm sorry to tell you this.
Yeah.
But that same wife who breaks your relationship with the family and friends helps his parents. So you see there I'm lucky.
Yes.
Yeah? They might go there out there and mess the other homes, lakini mimi watanichunga.
Yeah.
Girls are good, they help you. They take care of their siblings, except they are also human. Some of them might not. But you rarely see a lady who does not take care of his parents. But a man, depending on who the partner is, can actually forget completely.
Like he had parents.
Yeah, because now he has a choice. He will be asked, is it me or your parents? Now it depends on how strong and weak he is. Girls, from the sayings of the elder, also when you have girls only, it's like the angels hover over your house. See, I told you my story.
Yes.
When I was in Kariobangi South and I had all these good equipments from Japan and the best you can think of, Michael Jackson time for stereo. So thieves knew. They used to come, they looking for my house, they hit the wrong house. Me, I'm there with my 6 daughters to Melal. They never broke into my house. And actually they were saying we were looking for FX4. Nyumba ya Juma iko wapi? Lakini already it's too late.
Yeah.
Here when I came in 1990s, thieves walikuwa hapa all over. We went through it. It might happen in future. I'm not saying, but
No, the angel is still here.
the angel lives here. Those, maybe there are also 6 angels looking after me. Yeah. And also, I think, I don't know, I'm the only one in the family, the boys who have passed year 70. Wengine walikufa mapema. They have a mix of boys and girls. Maybe because of girls.
Yeah.
Wanangoja I fight. Somebody is waiting for me to fight their war. Usicheze msichana wangu.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's not that the boys are bad, but to a certain level until
they have a partner.
Until they have a person who is told, you will leave your father and mother and go and live
with your wife.
And who God has put together.
Let no man put us
separate.
Parents wanabaki wakizuba.
And then now, the parents who might not be being helped, also they don't want the marriage to break.
Yeah.
There is no way your father will tell you ati yo ayi maneno huyo mtu amekutesa sana atakuambia jaribu kuvumilia. Even for a girl like you, they tell you to vumilia and the man beats you. If you are not careful, the man might kill you, because some men have killed women.
Yeah.
So parents don't want kids to, because in an African context, it's like if you are married, then you are stable.
Yeah.
But you see, in America, if you don't feel like you divorce him and go. I wish it could be the same in Africa.
I think now people in toxic relationship, marriage, it's more easier. People are now realizing wacha niende than nikufe.
Lakini, you see what happens, the problem is, it depends. If you are an independent working woman, you can take care of yourself and whatever.
Yeah.
But can you imagine a girl? Now, mostly it happens with those who are not doing well.
Yeah, yeah.
Unafukuzwa, women with children. Utabeba mtoto. Ukienda nyumbani, the parents say it's because of the children.
Just go
Can't
back.
you just vumilia or something? So there's that advantage, but disadvantage. And again, you can just women also with children, you cannot leave your children with a man who will bring in somebody who does not like them.
Doesn't even care about them. Yeah.
Because it's the other way around. Do you know, a man, you can come with the children and he accepts your children, not to mistreat them. But a woman,
It's tricky.
it's tricky.
Yeah. You are neighbors with Joseph Olita, who acted the rise and fall of Idi Amin.
Yes.
But now he is late. How was he?
Actually, we are not neighbors, but it's a place I have lived, because I have lived in the whole of Eastlands. Maringo. This time I was in Kariobangi South. Olita was good. And there's nobody, as a casting director, who would play a part of Idi Amin than like Olita.
Yeah. Because when I watched the Last King of Scotland, the rise and fall of Idi Amin, I still love the rise and fall of Idi Amin because of Olita really brought that
Yes.
part.
Now, the only problem is Olita, after doing Amin, of course, he was exploited. He wasn't given good money. I think
How much?
they said he had been given 1.5
million Kenya shillings.
Yeah, then, which was a lot of money, but that was also a robbery.
Yeah.
Another thing with the films now, you do a blockbuster like that one, if they give you 1.5 and a percentage of whatever when it sells and goes, because Patel still earns from, if it's in YouTube, he gets money.
Yes, as long as people are watching
Yes.
whichever year, you're still being paid.
But he was paid 1.5 na ikaisha. Then, Olita, I think, having been in need, I mean, I remember he refused one movie which they were paying him $10,000.
That's the same equivalent, like 1M still.
Then. That's a lot of money. But he refused because he thought he was a star.
Oh, no. Did you cast him on that movie or?
No. So, and then he invested badly. unfortunately, because he bought matatus.
It's a tough business, matatu business.
Matatu is a tough business even now. And even then, because of the cartels, what you have to pay to enter, then reckless driving and whatever. But otherwise, he was a good man. Nobody will ever play
Idi Amin like him.
But there is a boy I know.
Who?
I don't know his name. We were with him in a television series which was supposed to be shot called Pocha.
I think the Pocha came out.
It's called
Brian Ogola. Mbaka aka lose weight.
Not Brian Ogola. No.
Those, I think, was it Blessing Lungaho?
Not Blessing. I'm talking about Idi Amin.
Okay, who was huge?
A dark boy. He's got a bit of weight.
Still on the Pocha.
I don't know if he's. I think so. But I saw him in something else. He was just taking pictures in army uniform.
Okay.
That one looks like Idi Amin.
So if you had to cast him,
I would cast him. He would really bring it out, both in language and whatever. Because these Americans, they just use a big star. But Americans watch movie not because that.
Actually, Americans mostly watch movies because of the stars they like.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
And that's why even Lupita Nyong'o was in
12 years a slave.
12 years of a slave. I wouldn't have cast her, I'm sorry.
Ouch. Okay, so kwa nini? But that role she won Best Supporting Actress,
Yes.
Oscar.
Yes.
Why not cast Lupita in that role?
Have you watched the movie?
Yes. Songa karibu ndio upate.
Did you watch the movie?
Yes.
Did you cry?
Machozi yangu ni ngumu itoke, but
yeah. I would have chosen somebody who would make people really cry and hate white men. No, not that she
like
did
to
badly.
portray that slavery being tortured.
Do you know this girl who plays some of these movies in za huyu mtu anaitwa nini? This guy who shoots movie in Atlanta, his big name.
Tyler Perry.
Have you watched the series of, what is it called?
Which
woman who was divorced with the woman and
was it Married? Why Did I Get Married? There's 1 and 2, and there's the other one, Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
yes.
Oh, that particular lady who became the wife.
She was older. She was older, so she could not take part.
Oh, yeah.
If you put that face into 12 nini of a slave, that face, you can see many people cry.
But you can do this internationally. You can still cast there in the US since now you're living there.
They don't know me.
But you can start as an assistant casting director.
If I was in LA, I would do it. If I was in LA, I would do it. Another movie which I would not, I don't want Lupita to hear this. The movie she did in Uganda.
Queen Katwe.
Queen of Katwe.
Mm-hmm.
Did you cry?
Machozi yangu iko mbali. But maybe other people
Ask
cried.
other people, I don't know.
You wouldn't have casted her there.
That's my personal thing. You know, I was
Personal
casting
opinion.
that movie of Katwe. And I'd given them very good characters.
Who were you given?
Of course, not Lupita. Lupita is above class.
Yes.
That was cast by the international mini. But I had cast people like Chichi.
Chichi Sei?
Not Chichi Sei, Shish. Is it called Shish?
Shiks.
No, Shish Nani. Okay, Mama, can I turn on?
Oh, Shish.
Shish.
Shish Wataidi Hai.
Yes. I had...
I think she's called Charlene.
Charlene, for a certain part there in the movie. I had cast alikuwa naitwa nini jamaa mmoja mnono alikuwa an act pia like the shop owner. But now
Jamaa moja mnono ni nani?
Paxson Gugi. Do you know Paxson Gugi?
I have heard of him.
He's a beautiful actor. As the shop owner, you remember where Lupita goes, the shop and nini?
Yes.
Several parts. Unfortunately, I was competing with Uganda. The movie was being shot in Uganda.
So it has to...
So, Waganda wakacheza. When you look at that movie, yeah, the actors are good, but the characters don't sell it as much as... Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
So, unfortunately... yeah. So, Lupita is a fantastic actress. But her face to cry. Unajua ile mtu analia mpaka unalia na yeye.
Yeah.
She doesn't have that much.
That Viola Davis cry. She does.
Yeah, I don't think I saw it in 12 whatever.
12 years.
I did see her. She tried emotionally. But I'm talking about sasa unaangalia mpaka unaona natoka hapo na hate mzungu mpaka. But she was good. She brought the character out.
And an Oscar.
I'm talking as
a casting director.
What I would have done, I would have given her a compare. But you see, once where she has reached, there is no compare because she will sell the movie.
Yes, then her name goes even beyond.
Yeah, and she sold it, I'm sure.
Yeah. You acted with the late Papa Shirandula, the captain of Sankara. How was it shooting that project with him?
First, that was a very professional actor. May God rest his soul in peace. I gave Papa Shirandula many acting projects. He acted in some of the movies we did, like there was one about Italians. I've forgotten what it was called, but this one I was casting, and I acted a small part. The story was about this leader like Idi Amin, in whose country there are pictures of him everywhere and people singing praise of him and everything. So the small part that I acted was at the end of the movie, I'm seen dancing with my subject and whatever. Yeah, but Papa, we worked together in several projects. Me as a casting director and him as an actor. Yeah.
Wow. Alright, tumepiga story nyingi hapa. Lastly, you have been in the Kenya film industry for over 5 decades. Ama tumefika 6 decades?
6, yeah.
6 now. What do you want changed in this industry now?
Producers wawache kunyanyasa watu. Hata wewe ukiwa producer.
Mi sitanyanyasa watu. Nimeona nimekaa sana na actors na wamelia sana. So sitawanyanyasa.
Because you see what happens. Who knows if I'm acting in this movie, I'll act in the next one. If they want a short person, I'll not be there.
Yeah.
Because even Connor, we were paid well, but not so well. I'm sure when we left, the producers, the whatever, they went and bought SUVs and whatever. Actors, I was getting about 300,000 a month, which is not bad.
It is not bad. For how many episodes per?
We shot for 1 year, leave alone the episode.
300, if I'm to rate it with other normal wages, it's decent. It's decent.
But if you hear of the budget
that was given,
yeah,
you could have reached 500,000 per month.
They could have paid. You know, South Africa is developed, they know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying AP did a bad job, but I think actors need to be paid better. They need to be paid on time.
Yes.
Because as it happens here, you can shoot a commercial, then stay 3 months hujalipwa. I don't know if it has changed.
It's the same, 90 days.
Because they say I haven't produced, so I don't sign contract with the producers of this commercial and whatever. So I don't know if they pay 20% or 50%, and then maybe 25 and then 25. Why don't we include actors in the first payment?
First payout, yeah.
Because, or rather, why don't we include them in as soon as the final edit is done and everything, you are not going to repeat it. Pay actors.
Yes.
Let them go. Kule wataenda watafute ingine. But if now they stay 2 months, as a casting director, I used to see it, I feel for them. But you see, as a casting director, maybe I'm paid weekly. So I'm not suffering, but it's just seeing another side of the coin.
Yeah.
And also as an actor, I think, pay on time, try and get better rates.
Yeah.
And I can't blame the producers, because the other people also, they give the producers bad money. And the producers want a job, so he'll just take. If people wanaweza kuvumilia and refuse jobs, it's hard for actors to refuse jobs because
it's a very unstable
yes, lakini
industry.
Kuna producers who are able.
Yeah.
They live in their own houses, they do whatever, they can negotiate better.
Yes.
But also they should have, the problem also in Kenya, I don't think the producers also have some kind of a union whereby if you refuse,
everyone can
refuse. Because
so the money has to.
That's another thing in the industry. If you refuse, just like actors.
Yeah.
If you
anakata, wewe unakubali.
Yes.
The industry goes down.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we don't have a thing to protect us. So if we had something to protect us, then if I refuse, so-and-so will refuse. And if so-and-so takes it, then he is
blacklisted,
yeah.
Lastly, advice to actors awa wayang wanaingia kwa industry.
Times are different, but don't act and act. Yeah? If you are an actor, look for something else to do. when there is no job. The film industry is open. You can train to be a lighting person, camera person, grip, whatever. Sometimes, finances will not allow you to join Wakina Mohammed Amin thing and whatever. But as an actor, look for something else to do which can bring in money. I'm saying this knowing that if you get a job in Uchumi, they will not release you to go and act. So it's also a catch-22. But if you can get something which you will do to make money, then whatever you get from acting, as it is, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Because even if you are given 50,000 now, unaweza peleka ushago, ununweka plot.
Anza kujenga safety net.
Uko nyumbani, kule utazikwa, wacha kufikiria sasa. Unajua Afrika tuna ile, this thing of, you want to have a proper home where he'll be buried. Unlike me, I can be buried here. It's freehold.
Yeah.
So, just invest. At home, the investment is very little. Nairobi is a bit tricky.
Yeah.
I love drinking. Yeah, I've survived because I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't smoke bangi. I've never tried. Drinking I used to, but 1-2 bottles, then I left. Because there are times I would go to a club, we drink, I have money from acting, I buy. Then after 2 weeks, then I have no money. You just go there looking at people buying for you. You must be ashamed.
It's bad.
The worst thing is that drinking na bangi.
Wasanii waache kukunywa na kuvuta.
Mwe careful na madawa, because some people bring biscuits ambazo ziko nini? Lest kwa set.
Hey, unajua vitu vinaendelea huko.
Yeah, so but it happens everywhere, even in America. Unajua watu wenye kuninizo vitu might be an actor. What I don't know is even them, because I was shooting something else, and there's this girl who came, very good actress, vibrant and whatever. Within 30 minutes, hapo before going to set, alikuwa amechange, yuko drunk vibaya sana. Sasa we didn't know, but later somebody told us, huyu amepewa biscuit. So those are the things to avoid. But the most important thing, don't rely on acting. I've earned more money as a casting director because the jobs are constant.
Yeah.
Acting, you can't rely it. And there are so many. Like if now you need an old man and David Nyeupe na nini, they are there. And somebody doesn't have to be an actor, because all of us are born with a mimic instinct. You can refuse as an actor to act a certain part. They'll go and pick, unajua majengo ndio kuna wazee nini weusi na ndevu. He'll come there and act.
Yeah.
So it's not something you can rely on. Like me now, I can refuse kwa sababu niko na kanyumba na watoto washanini. Lakini those days, I used to come out sometimes feeling so bad. Mimi sitarudi huko. Lakini next time, hata even casting, umefigiwa kelele ambayo si ya nini, unasema sitarudi huko. Lakini sasa job ikitokea, Lenny, are you coming? Naenda. Because watoto.
You humble yourself again back.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Lenny. Si tutafanya hii tena tukae interview iende and then I come back.
Yeah, you can come back.
This is stories zako zitaisha.
Zitaisha tu.
Yeah,
sasa zimeisha.
Yeah. Until
thank you so much for coming. I I hope you are happy. Mmekaribishwa vizuri.
Tumekunywa chai vizuri sana.
Yeah. So karibuni tena.
Tarudi.
It's an open house, as you can see.
And a very beautiful house.
It's open.
Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week. Bye.